Alright guys, so we're back at TDC Business Center for another episode of Teacher Talk, and today we are with Teacher Katrina, and she teaches at the McKnight Daycare Center. Teacher Katrina, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward for
Nice to see you.
Teacher Talk.
Alright, so as we know, the kids are home, the younger kids are at home, and the parents are probably wondering, what do I do with my kids? How do I keep them on track?
Yes.
Because some of them may be going into kindergarten, and some of them may be just going into preschool.
Yes.
So tell us some tricks and tips that our parents can do while they're at home.
Yes. Well, we know it's a difficult time for some parents because we're back out to work and we are concerned about making sure that our children are ready for kindergarten and the toddlers are ready for preschool. And as usual, we usually come to TDC to get a lot of our teaching supplies for the center. So we do encourage the parents to come to TDC so they can get some of these supplies. And the supplies are vast and a variety, and you can do many things with the supplies. What we try to do and we try to encourage is for you to think of the holistic development of their child. So think about their gross motor skills, think about their fine motor skills, think about their creative skills, their cognitive thinking, science, social studies, reading, language. And all these items we have here can help to develop and nourish those aspects of your child.
Right, well, the table actually looks so fun.
Yes, it is. It is.
Let's probably start with closer to you.
Closer to me. Here we have the Play-Doh, and something that we use Play-Doh for, instead not really just creative art, but we also use it for fine motor development. So if you're giving your child the Play-Doh, 3 of the things that we usually start out with the Play-Doh is have them just make pancakes. We tell them to make pancakes, and that is where they just press the pancake, flatten it. Then we ask them to make balls, so that now becomes a technique where they learn to roll balls.
So this is the fine motor skills.
Yes, this is the fine motor skills, and once they've mastered it, they could put it between their fingers and roll it into the balls. And the third one that we ask them to do is make snakes. So they roll it long, so they can make snakes. And once they've mastered those 3 with the Play-Doh, then you can move on to other things, fine motor skills. It's great for fine motor skills.
And also the colors too.
Colors, it can bring out colors. What we say in early childhood, color is in every single aspect. Right. Whatever we do, colors always come out. So we try to highlight colors, popsicle sticks. Versatile. We also have some colored ones, where you can create a color wheel. So you make a circle and divide it into 8, and you do the basic colors and just have the children match the color popsicles to go on the color wheel. On the clear popsicle stick, you can write letters. So on it I have some letters, and the children can use it to identify the letter C, A. You can also do an uppercase, so where they can match an uppercase A to a lowercase a. Or if they are past that and they want to do blend, we can do AT, says at, and they could find different popsicles to get together, put it together. So we have, yes, words, hat. So it's really on the level that your child is at. So if they're just at, what letter is this? T. Can you tell me something that begins with T?
Teapot.
Teapot. And then we have, this is an uppercase A and a lowercase a. So you can use them. They are very versatile. They're using arts and craft. You can also put them together and put a picture on it, and then just have the child put the popsicle sticks together and create the picture. So that helps with, yes, it helps with problem solving, critical thinking. So they try to figure out how to get the puzzle back together. So that works as well.
Alright, so we have here some fluffy ear molding clay in different colors. What can they do with this one?
This one, they would really enjoy these. I really wanted to just open it and get into it. It's about the molding. The white one, I will say, you can add food coloring to the white ones and you can mix it. So give them a little one with red and give them a one with yellow until they mush it together and see what color you get. You talk about the texture. How does it feel? How does it feel between your fingers?
Squishy.
Yes, it's really squishy, and you make things. It's almost similar to the Play-Doh, but I like the white one because it allows you to add the colors and mix it.
Now I know some parents are probably opposed to screen time, but
yes,
what do you recommend for our early learners?
Early learners, for babies to 2-year-old, we don't usually recommend screen time for that young. But when they get to 3-year-old into the preschool section, experts say an hour of screen time a day is enough for them. And we know that they're home, and on our Ministry of Education website page, there's a lot of activities that they can use to log on to.
You could also download apps,
yes,
and games and stuff like that.
Yes.
So tablets, 3
to 5, 1 hour.
2, none.
Yes, none.
All right. Heard that, parents?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go with the flashcards. Now this we have in different varieties, but you said numbers and colors are better for our early learners.
Yes, you have some subtraction and addition, and again it only depends on your toddler. You know, your preschooler, we ask that you not force them, just go on their level. Too often we find parents want to advance the children and they're just pressuring them and frustrating them. So know your child and know their level. If you have your flashcard, if you open it, try not to use any material just as is. Think of creative ways to use them. So when the child sees it, they're thinking, what am I going to do with that today? Not just the basic. So we have the one, you just have the object and the number, so it can be verse. Okay. So you can show them the number 1 and can ask them, can you find me 1 shoe? Ask them to go and bring back 1 object.
So he gets active.
Active, yeah. So you have 2. Can you show me 2 fingers? So you make it interactive instead of saying, how many umbrella?
Yeah.
2. So then if you've done this 3 times, it begins to get repetitive and boring. So you find ways to make it interesting for the children. That's what we like to do.
For early learners, what numbers do you would say we should teach up to?
For our nursery 1 to 2, we usually go from numbers 1 to 3. And then the preschooler, we go 1 to 5 for the first year, and 3 to 4, we could go up to 10. But again, it's up to your child. We will say stop at 10. And once they've mastered identifying 1 to 10, then you go on counting objects 1 to 5. It doesn't make sense to go all the way up to 20 and 30 when they can't count 1, 2, 3. So once they've recognized the number, then you can move on to counting the number and see if they can count numbers in a set. So you give 3 things and you go 1, 2, 3. How many is in the circle? 3. So don't go 15 and say, oh, my child could count up to 60 and 70 and they can't count 3 objects.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So learn the basics first.
Learn the basics.
And then you move on.
Yes. What I did with the markers, I did a combination of our foam board, our whiteboard. You can cut it into 6 pieces and you can make writable cards that you don't have to get a textbook or paper for them to be writing every minute and you throw it away writing. So you can create some writing cards. I've started with the basic one, and this would allow them to do the initial steps of writing, which is writing vertical lines, horizontal lines, slanted lines, and curved line. Okay. So we take a washable marker, and they can have this until they've mastered it and move on. So we have a marker, and you just have them practice, go from line to line, line to line.
Just making lines?
Just making lines, because the funny thing about letters is they're all made of vertical lines, horizontal lines, slanted lines, and circles. Right. So once they've mastered all these lines, they can write any single letter in the alphabet. I can turn this to an F, I can turn this to an E, I can turn this to Z, I can turn this to a common B. So once they've mastered all of these, they can make any letter. And the good thing I like about this, you just cover it with some cover clear, or you can use
protective sheets.
Yes, your protective sheets. This, once you use washable markers, you can erase it.
And they start again.
Very
economical.
Yes. And then once they've done this, you can move on to the letters, their names, and their numbers.
I need a cool laptop, a new backpack, and so do all my friends. I need cute notebooks, folders, flash drives, pencils, and my pens. School is exciting, but it's no fun without all the tools I need. But I'm at ease, cause it's a breeze if I shop at TDC.
Be
sure to like and follow our TDC Business Center page and look out for part 2 of Teacher Talk with Teacher Katrina airing next week. Also, don't forget, our Sing It to Win It competition is still ongoing. So head on over to our TDC Business Center Facebook page for more details.